Hey, what's up guys, this is Right Trigger, and last week I told you guys that I was going to be getting diamond for my submachine guns, and when I do, I was going to make a video of it. That was, I told you guys that as soon as I got my assault rifles diamond, and today I finally got them. As I told you guys, I got the ARs diamond, and then I did the submachine guns, so I wanted to make sure that I put them in the way that they went. And so I just uploaded them as soon as possible. So now I'm just going to go through a list of guns and tell you guys a little bit of tips and tricks to help you get your guns diamond faster. So I'm going to be talking about these guns in order. So the first one that we do have out of the list is the CUDA. Now, as you guys know, the CUDA is a really good gun. It's probably the best SMG, not to mention it has the most average stats, if I might say. The CUDA is a killing machine, that's for sure. But one thing that I can say, and this goes for every single gun, is when you're getting diamond, make sure that once you finish the headshots, the only thing that you're focused on until you get it gold is your bloodthirsties. Because of course, bloodthirsties, as it's well known, are the hardest ones because, you know, you're so into what you're doing and you're thinking so hard and you're trying to think about everything, and you know, you end up failing multiple times. So this was, you know, usually that comes to be my worst camo that I try to go for, is the one that you have to get 5 bloodthirsties. So just make sure to work on that the whole entire time, so that way when you do finally get up to your very last camo, hopefully before or while you are working on that last camo, you'll already, or you will be almost getting your 5 bloodthirsties. So that's just a little bit of something that I've kind of learned over the years of Call of Duty. Not to mention this game really pushes that. One thing about the CUDA that I can say is probably unique is the fact that it's so powerful. I win most of my gunfights with this thing because it's just so insane. You know, the killing speed is really fast, and pretty much the amount of bullets that should kill a person in this game do. You know how some guns like the Weevil, you have to put 7 bullets when you really feel like you should be putting 5 bullets at sometimes. You know, that kind of feels like BS, but with this gun, it always usually feels fair. So that's what I really do like about this gun. So the gun that is up next is the VMP, and this gun is very well known throughout the Black Ops 3 community. Something that I want to bring up about this gun really quickly before I go into, you know, how to use this correctly, I just want to say, if any of you guys watch the MLG tournaments and whatnot, for the most part, people are only using this gun. That kind of tells you how good this gun is. Not to mention, you know, some people will use the MA-A7, but for the most part, you only see in the kill feeds the VMP being used. So that's kind of that kind of shows just how easy it is to get kills with this gun, especially with that fast rate of fire, and you know, the accuracy is SMG-ish. I don't mean to use weird slang that, you know, nobody uses, but this is a very much SMG type of gun. It's not like the CUDA where it feels like, you know, everything is average. This is very much everything's kind of extreme. You know, it's got a really high fire rate. Not as high as the Vesper, but you know, it's still pretty high. The accuracy is not the best, but you know, it gets the job done. It's got a good amount of ammo in the clip, not exactly what you would expect from an SMG, but a little bit more. You know, it pretty much just spells out SMG, just with a little bit extra. It's got extremes that kind of cancel out and whatnot. So the way that I would recommend using this gun is just try as hard as you can to aim for the head, because I remember that was something I was having a really hard time with. If you're having a hard time getting headshots, all I can say is just focus on it. Just try as hard as you can to get those headshots. Just try, like, focus on it. Don't even think about other things, because this gun, for some reason, it just, you know, it doesn't take that much damage to the head, so you gotta make sure that last bullet is right on the head. I mean, that's kind of obvious making it a headshot, but yeah, it's just not easy to get headshots. So of course the next gun is the Weevil, and to be honest, I don't understand why people want this gun to be better. I feel like Treyarch did a really good job with this gun, and I don't think anything about it needs to change. You know, it kind of has certain things to it that make it better than others, but other things that just simply don't. For one thing, its accuracy is right on point. It has really, really high accuracy. Not to mention it has a lot of ammo. 50 bullets for an SMG, that's pretty ridiculous. You know, you never have to really use extended mags, not even when you're using rapid fire, so that's something that I don't think people should be complaining about this gun. Now, the damage is not the best, it really is not, but when it comes down to you know, how accurate this gun is, if you've got good accuracy, chances are you won't have a problem with this gun. Now, to say that the people who are complaining have bad accuracy is a little bit ludicrous. I don't think that that's the problem. I just think that there are some gunfights that people lose because someone else is using a better gun, like the VMP, which obviously is an amazing gun. You can't doubt that. You know, the VMP is really good. The KN-44 is really good. The Weevil, really good. Or Weevil, the Vesper, really good. So, you know, you're comparing this really good gun to a gun that, to itself, which is not as good as certain guns, but it's still got extreme things that are good about it, the accuracy and the ammo. Now, this gun, because of the accuracy, it's really good at getting headshots. I didn't have any problems with getting headshots. It's really simple. None of it was actually hard. The Bloodthirsties were really, really simple because I do love this gun. Now, when it comes down to getting the, you know, putting 6 attachments on, all I can say is rapid fire you need, long barrel you need, and those are the only 2 I can really recommend. Everything else, you know, just put it on yourself and test and find out what you like. I would probably recommend stock, but because it's an SMG, it's not really necessary, but it may help. So the next gun on the list of SMGs that we are using is the Vesper. Now, the Vesper is a very iconic gun in the BO3 community. It's very, very fast. You know, the fire rate is extremely fast. In fact, I think its fire rate is 2 below the maximum speed that a gun can shoot, and I think when you put rapid fire on it, it becomes the fastest fire rate a gun can be. I can't quite remember if that's true or not, but I think I've seen something like that before. Now, because of this new fire rate and because of the nerf that they added to it, the accuracy is not going to be as easy. I found myself constantly shooting accidentally to the right, which when you're going for long shots, well, not really long shots, but even those medium range gun battles, you kind of can't really shoot. It's really, really hard to use. I find myself discouraging myself, like, every time I try to go for a long shot. Even that medium gunfight that I tried to go for right there, or, well, not really gunfight, but shooting at him, you know, it was difficult. So, I don't know, this gun, I would say,
overdrive down.
Shoot at the distance that you feel comfortable at. For me, it was only at short range, so I did find myself only using this gun on Nuketown, so I'd really be cautious with this. Do definitely use anything that will fix your accuracy up, you know, anything, because this gun is just all over the place with the new nerf. The damage is pretty good on this gun, but I swear to God, it takes like 10 bullets to kill someone. But I only say the damage is good because of that insane fire rate. You really don't notice it. But yeah, that's all I can really say about the Vesper. Now, the Pharaoh was probably one of my favorite guns to use, only because of how accurate it is. Being that it is a auto burst, you know, it has the burst feature, which means that it's going to be really accurate. I don't know if you guys have noticed that pattern within Call of Duty, but usually burst guns like the MAA-1 from Black Ops 2 and the MAA-7 from Black Ops 3, and several other different types of burst guns have usually had really solid accuracy because, you know, you're having to hold it down once and then you'd have to re-aim, even though the second burst has to kill them. I don't think that would be quite fair. So they've always seemed to make the accuracy really good on these, and even going into the auto bursts like the XR2 and the Pharaoh itself. The Pharaoh has really, really, really solid accuracy. It kind of lets itself, you know, sit in one position while you manipulate it to your advantage. If you are going for headshots, I would say this is probably the easiest gun to use in the SMGs, right up next to the Weevil, because they both have really, really solid accuracy. This gun is just really nice. It's small, so it's very portable. You'll be running around the map really easily, and Bloodthirsties should not be a problem. But what I did myself was I mixed, well, Well, of course, you know, I go for Bloodthirsties first, but what I did was I tried to go for 2 camos at the same time, specifically, and that was the one where you have 6 attachments and the one where you get the Bloodthirsties. And what I did was I put a suppressor on this gun, and usually I wouldn't say to do that because it does take away from the range, and SMGs, being that they're very small and they don't have the longest barrels, you know, its range usually isn't that good. But with this gun, I think it kind of held itself up, especially since, you know, it's already a 2-burst 1 kill, and as long as all your shots are accurate, it's still a 2-burst 1 kill, just more of those bullets are being used up. But it still is a really, really good gun. You shouldn't have a problem getting this gun gold at all. So now we've got the very last gun, and that is the Razorback, and this gun I actually ended up liking a lot more than I thought I would. You know, I used this gun last because I wanted to not skip in the line of guns, you know, that I had set out for myself. Now, this gun, you should not have a problem with at all. It's very similar to the CUDA in accuracy. The CUDA and the Razorback have really, really strong accuracy, and they're able to stay in one position for quite a while, especially the Pharaoh does too, but you know, the Pharaoh's a burst, so this gun, being that it's not a burst, they did a good job with this, keeping it in one spot. The headshots on this gun, I actually took a long time, but that's because I kept on running into lag problems. I don't think that has anything to do with this gun. I think as long as you just keep on aiming for the head, you shouldn't have a problem. And the Bloodthirsties on this gun were the fastest I've ever got on any gun. As soon as I got my 100 headshots, I got a Merciless right after, so that's 2 of my Bloodthirsties, and then I got, you know, another Bloodthirsty. So, you know, I had left that game because I wanted to check out a few things that I had unlocked, because I had also got my 2 rapid kills, and then I checked out. Then I went into another game and I got my other 2 Bloodthirsties, so this was really, really fast. I really do like this gun, and I might even use it after getting it Diamond, maybe down the line when I get Dark Matter, or maybe even earlier if I choose to screw around. But yeah, I would definitely recommend using this gun because it is an all-out beast. It kills really, really well, so I do really like this gun. Shouldn't have a problem with headshots, Bloodthirsties, rapid kills, anything. It's just a well-rounded gun. The only problem, though, is, you know, it doesn't have the best damage, but it can be made up for by how good the accuracy is, and just how it feels. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good gun. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for you guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.